Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'd have a little journey out of Benidorm. I've decided to travel 30 kilometres inland to a little village known as Guadelest. Guadelest stands at 600 metres above sea level, known locally as the Eagle's Nest. Now I'm due to catch the bus. The bus is due at 10 past 10, it's 5 past 10 now. Now there's only one bus a day that goes to Guadelest. And you pick it up at Plaza Triangle at 10 o'clock, which is in the centre of Benidorm, or on the very far end of the Recon by the BBVA Bank, and it stops there at 10 past 10. It's round about €7.30 return trip to Guadelest. So the bus is due any minute now, the number 16 if you want to go to Guadelest. I'll see you on the bus. Right, I'm on the bus. The journey takes about 55 minutes, so I'll see you at the foot of Guadelest. As I said, if you do want to come to Guadelest, you get the number 16 bus. It's due at 10 past 10. There's only one bus a day. At 10 past 10, the 16 bus on the Avenida Mediterraneo on the corner by the BBVA Bank. You have approximately 2 hours in Guadelest. It leaves spot on 1:30 p.m. If you don't get there and you don't catch the 1:30 p.m, it's a very expensive taxi back to Benidorm. It's 20 past 11. The bus goes back dead on 1:30. So make sure you get that bus. It's getting very hot. Very hot. So let me show you some of the streets and some of the sights here in Guadelest before we start them stairs up to the Eagle's Nest. Here we go, the main steps up to Guadelest. There's one thing I've noticed here in Guadelest. Nothing's changed over the last 40 years. Well, slightly. The only thing I did notice is that you don't have local residents sitting in the streets, crocheting and making lace to sell. Well, I'm nearly at the highest peak, slightly knackered. I've lost count of the stairs. Must be over 100 now. So remember, put on the correct footwork for this. Oh no, here we go again. More steps.
Papai.
Well, we're at the highest point, the entrance to the castle, and guess what? More steps. And more steps. So eventually I've reached the highest point of Guadelest, a little village up in the sky, the highest point of this area and the highest point of Spain. A tiny village set up in the mountains with a population of roughly 230. But the reason for coming up here is for the spectacular views and the turquoise reservoir. This has to be one of the most spectacular views I've ever seen. I was here 40 years ago. It hasn't changed. The only difference is the reported levels of the reservoir have dropped due to the high temperatures. There is a solar power boat that does a trip on the reservoir, but apparently it's not running at the moment because the reservoir is so low. The reservoir is the main water supply for the whole of Benidorm. An emergency is to use this reservoir to put out any forest fires. But the main reason for climbing these 3 million steps was to visit the cemetery. If you look at my previous videos, you'll see I have visited hundreds of cemeteries, and I haven't been to this cemetery for over 40 years. Well, there's one good thing about reaching the top. It's downhill all the way now. Well, it's starting to get hotter and hotter as the day goes on. It's 12:30 and the number 16 bus leaves at 1:30, so I've got just on an hour left. So I think I'm going to see if I can grab myself a little drink. As I said, the last time I came to Guadelest, it was 40 years ago. The place itself hasn't changed. One thing has changed. You don't do the tours to Guadelest. Not the guided tours as they did back 40 years ago. It was one of them hotel tours, you know, where they get you to buy the tickets to go on the tours. If you did do that Guadelest tour back over the last 40 years, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. So what they did was they brought you up to the entrance of Guadelest. Well, just before the entrance, and it was like a plateau area where there was a bar and they played silly games and everybody drank sangria and basically got drunk, and then they put you on the back of a donkey for the final part that would bring you up to the entrance of Guadelest. Now, I thought at the time it was so cruel being on the back of them donkeys in this heat, and I did see a donkey fall and cut its knees, and I thought, this is not right. Back in the late 70s, early 80s, everybody followed the tour guides and the holiday reps. You just booked a ticket to go to wherever you wanted to go, and a lot of people didn't know where they were going back then. So you just followed the tour guide. It was cruel at the time, but it was part of your trip, it was all inclusive, and it was the day out to Guadelest. But I'm glad they've stopped that cruelty now, because it was cruelty. Those poor donkeys working all day long, there was coaches arriving constantly, it was just a flow, but now there's only the one bus that brings you up here. I've got just on 45 minutes left to go, so I'll have to start making my way back down to meet the bus to take me back to Benidorm. Hope you've enjoyed this little trip to Guadelest. I'll see you back on the coach. Bye for now. Hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. To subscribe is absolutely free. That's it from me for now. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and bye for now.